Hi everyone, this is Nicole Nowosad, and I'm here today to share with you a project I made for the winter issue of Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine. This is a mini album I created using the Pink Paisley collection Take Me Away. You can see here that it's a heart-shaped album and it's a Valentine's Day themed project. I created this in mind to give as a gift to my husband for Valentine's Day. I like making mini albums, but I like making my own. I'm not a big fan of using ones that are pre-made. I think it's fun to kind of create your own, and it's a little more creative, although pre-made albums are perfectly fine. I just think it's kind of shows your own style and a little bit of whimsy if you get to create yourself. So that's how I created this album. I used a heart cut file that I created, which we're going to have for you free on the blog post today, and just simply die cut a whole lot of hearts and put everything together. So I'm just going to kind of flip through the album and show you how I put everything together. Starting with the cover. So you can see I've die cut all the different pages for this album out of hearts. There's a plain heart as well as a scallop heart border, I guess you could say. So it's two different hearts, and I cut all the simple hearts out of pattern paper, and then I cut all the scallop edges out of white cardstock and layered it all together. So I'm not sure if you can see, but it's actually two pieces of cardstock that are stuck together, and each side has that die cut heart with some stitching. So what I did is I went ahead and I chose several different pattern papers, actually from a 6x6 paper pad from the Take Me Away collection, and I just chose all the patterns that I really liked. I made sure to vary it up from page to page, so I'll flip through again later, but you can see I've chosen all different kinds of patterns and colors. And I just I started by die cutting this simple heart design. I just went ahead, chose a whole bunch of patterns, and then once I knew how many pages I was going to have, I went ahead and cut a scallop edge out of the white cardstock for each. At that point, I just sewed the heart, the inside heart, onto the scalloped edge, and then I used some double-sided adhesive to stick everything together, so it really stuck really well. I didn't want to sew the hearts side back to back here together to get the pages to stick together, just because I didn't know where my stitching would match up from the hearts on both sides, so that's why I did it in that manner. So that's kind of the base of each of the pages in the album. And from there, it's really just adding the pretty stuff and decorating. So you can see here on the cover, I've used some of the Take Me Away foam letter stickers, and I've just added a little bit of glitter to them. And how I did that was just by simply masking off this top area with a little bit of washi tape. And I added some glossy accents to the bottom and then sprinkled some red glitter on top. And you can see it just really caught that really well. It offsets the cream kind of white shiny pattern on these foam letters and adds just a little bit of sparkle to the page. I like a little bit of sparkle. So I did that, put that onto the front of my cover, and then decorated the rest. I used some of the chipboard from the Take Me Away collection, and then I've die cut throughout the album a lot of vellum leaves here. These ones are from Just Nick. It's a cut file. And I've just tucked those underneath and added a little bit of typing for This Is Our Story, and just on a little pennant shape, and tucked that on there. So I'm just going to open this up. It's all just on a jump ring. You can get it at any Staples or administrative store like that. So that's the front, and then you can see I have all my pages. Now throughout the album, I kind of like an interactive type of album, so I have a mixture of these heart pages as well as some of the tags, which are also from the Take Me Away collection, and I've just added some typewritten journaling throughout the album. There's not a lot of room in an album like this to have lots of handwritten journaling, and my handwriting is not so great. So what I did is I put the whole album together, and then on my typewriter I added some plain white cardstock that goes with the rest of the album, and just typed sentiments and things I wanted to include in the album, and then just adhered them onto things like this. So on the tags, maybe where this photo was taken. You can see I've just added things in throughout. So this is just a tag I've clipped onto the jump ring with some chipboard flower here. I've added some frames that were from the die cuts in the Take Me Away collection. And then it just kept going. So you can see I've printed my photos small, and some of them overhang the edge of the hearts, and I'm totally fine with that. Because we have so many little bits and pieces kind of hanging off the edge of the hearts, you won't notice kind of what's supposed to be there and what's not. And there's something on my picture here. That's okay. And you can see I just added some more ephemera, a date. You at least need to have a date on there. And then throughout the album, I also die cut some vellum hearts from that same simple heart pattern. And what I did with these is you can see I've die cut them, and then I took them and I put them through my typewriter. I typed in a little sentiment or a little quote, and then I did a little stamping on it as well, some bling, and then I added on another ephemera die cut piece. And what I like about that is you can still see the images in behind it, as you can kind of see here. It's hard to tell, but you can kind of see the photos in behind. So it adds just a little bit of an extra textural layer without adding a lot of bulk. And then I left the back of those just plain. You see, I added some buttons. Don't be afraid to add some chunky elements into your album. These fun little clips that are in the Take Me Away collection you can add on. Here's another one of those vellum die cut hearts, and I just simply added one of the wood green, the painted wood veneers with a little chipboard inside. And you can see I've left the next heart plain, so you can kind of see the floral pattern in behind that. And then when you flip it, it's just a simple floral heart. And then another photo onto the back. And for all my photos, I think for the most part, I tried to use these frames that were in the die cut ephemera pack and just added my small photo in behind, and then added either some stitching, some chipboard, or little enamel dots, and just some little sentiments. Here's another one of those hearts, vellum, just typewritten really simply with a little clip on the edge there. And then, just even simply adding in some of these little extra tags. Here's 2 tags that I've just sandwiched together with some adhesive. And then I'll just hang nicely inside the album. And I've gone ahead on this tag and I've just typed you can see that I've added some typewritten journaling again to this tag, as well as more ephemera and chipboard pieces. And then I'm just going to finish off with one last photo and some more embellishments to my stitched heart. And that's the whole album all put together. So it's really easy to secure it with a jump ring, but you can also use some really pretty ribbon, would be lovely as well. So really easy project that you can do probably in a couple hours, and a really great unique gift for someone out of just some simple hearts like these here. And you can virtually create it with any paper and patterns you like and customize it. That's the part I like about making your own album, is that it's completely unique, and that's why it's a great gift for someone that you love, so that they kind of get a little piece of you when you give them the album about you and me. So thanks again for stopping by. Have a great day.